Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the true name of the Father who ignorantly calls God. Bashim means by, in the name. And Yahweh Shai, who is ignorantly called Jesus, is Yahweh Shai. And I want to give double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone that rule and teach well, that taught us this truth, the 100% truth. And to the Akims on the four corners teaching this truth, risking their lives each and every day on the highways and the byways, and to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification. Come with another lesson, and this lesson is entitled, Now is the Time to Get Your Mind Right. You need to understand this. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, this is not a game, you know what I'm saying? It's time to get your mind right, And the time is basically ticking, you know what I'm saying? Esau is about to turn it up, So it's best for you to examine everything, around you, you know what I'm saying? The type of people you hanging around, your daily walk, and making sure that you're being circumspect, paying attention to your surroundings at all times, you know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't got your mind right now, and the things that's coming, which is the sea hip, Revelations 13:16, the prophecies that is coming, and your mind and your faith is on a weary and shaky, you're gonna fold. So it's time to do that right now and get it right. You know what I'm saying? And this is gonna be a quick video. I'm gonna come with a couple scriptures, and then closing on out. And I'll start with Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Yeah. And we are under the heavens right now, you know what I'm saying? And what is the Lord telling us? You know what I'm saying? There's a season and a time for everything, And this the scriptures telling us this, there's a time to be born and a time to die also. You know what I'm saying? That's the purpose, of this time, Let me read that back again. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 from the top. To everything there is a season, and every time to every purpose under the heaven. Yeah. So it's best to get your mind right. And yeah, and the season and time we're in now is Esau rulership. You know what I'm saying? And that word heaven means rulership, But and what is that this devil is doing now? You know what I'm saying? Ruling Babylon the Great, you know what I'm saying? And that's coming to an end, Esau is doing this little, ruling now, but that's coming to an end, Nothing is going, like 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, you know what I'm saying? Let me jump down to verse 8. And a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Yeah. And you see, there is a time to love and a time to hate. So, what's so crazy is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't know what time we in now. You don't know what time we in, You think it's time of peace, But right now, it's time, the time we in now is World War III. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call, Yahweh Shai. I'm sorry, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? Slakia. It's coming back to deliver his people, which is hopefully the elect in the 1/3, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, has a chosen people, you know what I'm saying? And you should want to be the part of that. So it's time to get your mind right. Let me read that back again. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Yeah. And this is not the time of peace and love and everybody. There's a spiritual battle going on in Babylon the Great. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, be careful who you hanging around. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're not hanging around no stupid, the stupid N word, the stupid niggas, especially the men that is in this truth, you know what I'm saying? You want to be around like-minded men, you know what I'm saying, who is fearing Yahweh Shemi Shai. You don't want to be around someone that's always hanging in the club, drinking all day, doing drugs, you know what I'm saying? You want to be around, the brothers, the Akims, who's making the right decisions, in this place, you know what I'm saying? You want to be around holy men, the separate, because the Most High he gonna come as a thief in the night, Let me get that, 2 Peter's 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise. Yeah, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Yeah, that's right. You're not going to know when Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to come back. You know what I'm saying? When do you know when a thief comes back? You know what I'm saying? What do? He calls you up. Hey, man, what I'm going to do is, man, I'm going to come over around like 2:15, you know what I'm saying, at 3:15 in the morning, man. Just have some few items, ready, Hell no, he going to pop up unannounced on your ass, you know what I'm saying? And this is the same way Yahweh Shai is going to do, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that from the top. 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai, will come back as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise. Yeah. In which the heavens should pass away with great noise. And that's when those ICBM missiles, you know what I'm saying, going to tap you right upside your head, you know what I'm saying, with the host of angels coming back with Yahweh Shai, And the elements should melt with fever and heat. Yeah, because we're made up of elements. The roads, the sidewalks, pretty much. The people, you know what I'm saying? So this is not the time we're living in right now where it's time for laughing and joking, You need to get your mind right, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shemi Shai, he's coming back like a thief in the night, And the earth also, and the works that are therein should be burnt up. Yeah, you see? This place is going to be burnt up, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like Matthew 6 and 19. You should store your heavenly treasures, in the heavens, you know what I'm saying? Because this place is temporary. This place is going down, man. This place is done, you know what I'm saying? Verse 11, which is the point, seeing then that all these things should be desired, what manner of person are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Yeah. And knowing the time, we in, it's the best time to get right, you know what I'm saying? Stop playing around, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But only the elected 1/3 is going to do that, you know what I'm saying? And all these will come to pass, so, you know what I'm saying? So if your mind not right, if you ain't getting your mind right, well, it's too late, you know what I'm saying? And let me read that again, you know what I'm saying? Verse 11, seeing then that all these things should be desired, what manner of person ought ye to be in holy conversation and godliness? And this is the mindset you need to be in, holy conversation and godliness. You need to be separated from these niggas and heathens, you know what I'm saying? We know the Lord is coming back, man, to destroy this place. So this place is over. 2/3 they're going to get caught off guard, you know what I'm saying? They're going to get caught off guard, But hey, that's all up to them, you know what I'm saying? If that's what they want to, abide by and follow, you know what I'm saying, the ways of this world Esau set up, then these niggas going to be they're gonna get exactly what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get it. You know, they want to be with their daddy Esau, John 8 and 44. You know, you your father the devil. Yeah, then you could take pleasure with him. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to Matthew's chapter 13. It's like in Matthew's chapter 24, verse 13. But he that should endure unto the end, the same should be saved. Yeah. And this is what we are hoping for, you know what I'm saying? To endure to the end. So don't worry about what people is talking, you know what I'm saying? Scoffing, you know what I'm saying? Saying this ain't the truth, you know. Saying the prophets, you know what I'm saying? The Akims on the four corners of this earth teaching this truth. They lying, you know what I'm saying? You know, they bearing false witness, you know what I'm saying? We just need to stay focused and keep your mind on the right path, you know what I'm saying? You know, separate yourself from this place, you know, separate from this evil place to keep your mind, you know what I'm saying, lost, you know what I'm saying? So the most important thing is to keep your mind right, you know what I'm saying? You know, and how you keep your mind is staying in this truth. So, like I say, when I said in the very beginning of this, now is the time to get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this lesson was edifying. It was just a quick lesson, you know what I'm saying? You know, to steer up your spirit to make sure you're following the right steps, you know what I'm saying? Because it's important, you know, to follow Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Don't follow what this world does, you know what I'm saying? So I want to give all praises, call all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone that rule and teach well, to the Akim on the four corners teaching this truth, risking their lives each and every day, and to the Akim and to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification. This is your brother Dawadah. Come on, another lesson. Get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get your mind right. Shalom.